Good afternoon. Welcome to Frank Forty Field on the campus of Beverly High School for another round of Beverly soccer in the NEC Conference as the Panthers are going to take on the Fishermen of Gloucester High School. I'm Rich Francis along with Patrick Connolly today. We'll be bringing you all the action. So, Patrick, we've got some festivities going on. We've got an NEC rivalry that we see quite often.
Yeah, exciting day today. Members of the 50th anniversary Beverly High soccer team here, and other alumni here. On top of that, extremely important game for Beverly today. Yeah. So we're ready to go.
Yeah, so the Panthers coming in at 10-4-2, ranked number 21 in Division 1, taking on a Fisherman team ranked number 36 in Division 3 with a record of 5-8-2. So this game means a lot to both of these teams. And so we're going to have to see what's going to happen. And we've also got a couple of big scorers in the NEC in this matchup.
That was weird to see the goalie come up there.
I know, yeah.
on an opening kickoff.
Interesting. All right, Beverly's going to get the throw in. So the Panthers a little banged up today. We hear Wes Roberts not in the game.
Wes Roberts out today with a knee injury. Connor Conley in goal has been working through some leg injuries for the past couple of weeks. I think there's some other banged up bodies. They got a good little break coming up after today, so find a way to get through
a
today.
Little break, huh? It's like they're starting the season all over just for one more game after that.
Their bye week is late in the season this year.
Yeah. There's Wesdred De Silva. He is the guy who we got to keep an eye on. He's the leading scorer for the Panthers. He's number 8 scorer in the Salem News Gloucester Times service area. Speaking of scorers, the Panthers have numbers 2 and 3 in Daniel Silva and Connor Sullivan. So expect some fireworks.
Yeah, the two of them with Jackson Merritt, the three of them have had an unbelievable season working together.
We got and Silva knocks it in right there.
Early goal.
Okay, so Daniel Silva coming as predicted. Again, we saw him. He was the number 2 scorer on the North Shore.
I was just going to say that Beverly has a tendency to start slow, so an early goal would be great. And
right, in their game against Peabody the other night, they went down 2-0, only to come back and win that one 5-2. So Silva puts that one in. Who got the assist on that?
I didn't see who sent that across. It may have been Daniel Wilder over on the right.
Maybe. And there's Connor Sullivan. Ooh, Sullivan almost had Silva going. And they get closed off there. Bit of a battle here in the middle.
Gloucester games are always just weird games. Weird things tend to happen in these games. Even if the standings are there's a gap between them, they always end up being just strange things. Peabody's another one. We saw that the other night.
Mm-hmm. Now, Gloucester doesn't have the scoring that they did last year. Only scoring 22 goals so far this year.
They graduated a lot of players last year. That's a corner.
Okay.
Goalie kind of casually came out to play that and just dropped it.
Goaltender for Gloucester is Stefano Numerosi. He's got 3 clean sheets on the season.
He's a big kid.
Real big kid, yeah. I like to have those tall goaltenders, don't you? And on the other side, we got Connor Connolly, who's got 5 clean sheets on the season. Ball is up. The header, and that's going to be
Jackson.
in the end.
There we go.
Jackson Merritt. Make it 2-0 real quick. And I believe that was Danny Wilder who got it over to him.
I'm out.
I think it was Wilder. I may be mistaken on that assist.
Yeah, so important for Beverly to get off to a good start here. Like I said, they've started slow. The games that they've lost and the games that they tied, it took them a long time to kind of find their gear. So great to see this this start. This is exactly what they needed.
And less than 3 minutes into the game, they're up 2-0 already. And as you said, Patrick, they had been really slow starting.
Yes.
The game against Medford, they got behind. They came back, they took the lead, and then the wheels kind of fell off. And it's not, and hey, we know what Al Visnick always says about this
score. The most dangerous lead in sports, 2-0 lead.
But it's a little different, I think, when it's 3 minutes into the game.
Yes.
So
if you're Beverly, you just keep your foot on the gas. This is a hugely important game for them.
Yeah. Yeah, Gloucester coming in ranked number 36, as we said, as a Division III team.
Right.
The strength of schedule is not going to help Beverly here, so they really do need to have that.
Ideally, they'd like to win, by at least 3 goals.
Yeah.
That's kind of where they cap that
right.
strength of victory. So get your 3-goal lead, keep that 3-goal lead.
Rodkey over there making the play.
Yeah, Rodkey's in the lineup today with Wes out. Brandon's had a good season. He's played a bunch of different positions. He's done well in all of them. Yeah, we talked about the 3 guys up front with Sullivan, Silver, and Merritt, but they've had some great contributions from other players. Daniel Wilder, the last 4 or 5 games, has really come on strong. Jordan Lacarnola has been great all season.
And on the defensive, there's another opportunity. And Silva to the back of the net. Again, Daniel Silva with 2 early to make it 3-0. Daniel looks like he's got an extra gear today. He's really turning it on. And he had Connor Sullivan on that play, but he also had a pretty wide open shot.
That's one of those plays you wait and see what the goalie does. If he gives you a lane, you take it. If not, you lay it off to Sullivan.
And having Sullivan there meant the goaltender had to keep honest on that. So we got a 3-0 game. So we are still less than 5 minutes into this one. And again, I was talking with Coach Armando Minotto for Gloucester earlier, and he was saying they kind of this is a big game if they can keep it under 3.
Right.
Right? They're going to pick up some points from the strength of schedule playing a D1 team, but you still need that margin of victory.
Beverly, you got to play this like it's 0-0. Keep your foot on the gas. Play like you know how to play.
Head Logan Lichtenwald.
It's a 3-0 lead, which is great. It's so early in the game that you can't start looking at trying to burn some clock.
Right.
It's just too early for any of that.
Yeah. You don't worry about that until the second half.
Yeah.
First half, you just play it like you normally do.
Yep.
Whether you're winning or losing. Right?
Sure.
Logan Lichtenwald to do the throw in here. Familiar with Logan, he gets his athletic ability from his mother.
Yeah, looking at their roster, they have a young team.
Yeah.
A lot of sophomores, a few freshmen.
Wilder gonna get to it. He's gonna send it over.
Good cross.
Almost got it there. Beverly just putting pressure in the front end and just doing the job.
They came to play today. There was no.
Maybe they're trying to impress all the alumni.
It could be.
Yeah.
I know they were smart, and they had their senior night under the lights against Medford, battled back and took the lead in that game, and it was a devastating loss.
Yeah, it really was. You could really see the dejection on that.
They played most of the second half down a guy, which is always tricky, and they just kind of, their tank was empty at the end.
Yeah.
But today's a new day. Ooh, that's a good challenge.
Yeah.
Good ball to Jackson.
Merritt going down.
That's going to be a PK.
Yes, I believe it is.
Let's see who's going to take this. Mark Beattie, it looks like, maybe taking this.
Okay.
Senior captain. think Connor Conley was calling that he wanted to take this penalty kick. I feel like there's not much of a chance of that happening.
Yeah, so not yet anyway, right? And there it is, and missed it. A little wide.
Yeah.
Numerosi guessed correct anyway on that. So
Been a little bit of an Achilles heel for this team. They have not done well on penalty kicks.
So the fisherman dodged bullet there. The fisherman really struggling to get any offense going here.
See this when Beverly's on, their ball movement can be so good that it's just so devastating the other team. They just can't seem to get out of their own way.
They're spacing, they're getting those through passes. He's going to send it back to his goalkeeper. Finally back over to Beatty. Ahead. There's that spacing we're talking about. There's really no. Okay, going.
He was offside there. Yep.
Yeah.
Gorgeous day here today.
Yeah, I mean, we've been lucky for the most part.
Good play by Rodkey over there. Send him.
Oh, nope, trying to get there.
Yep.
Lichtenwald got his face in the way, I think. Two Gloucester players kind of kicking it into each other there. Communication's always a big part of. Oh, Silva, nice job reeling that in.
Yeah, he does a great job with that.
To the middle. Oh, we couldn't connect with Sullivan. Now Gloucester's going to take it up ahead. And that's going to be taken by O'Neill. Thomas O'Neill over there. You mentioned the Gloucester team is kind of young, but Beverly, while they're going to lose a lot of seniors, they got a lot of young players.
Yes,
be
they
back
do.
Next year too. So
the issue for Beverly is they're losing their basically their whole back line.
Yeah.
Not that there's not people there that can.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's not people there that can step in, but it's
experience.
Yes.
Experienced back line. I mean, these guys have been playing for a couple of years now.
Yep.
So, slip it through.
Jordan down the corner.
Try to get it over there, and slips it through. Oh, couldn't connect. Somehow that ball got through everybody.
Dino Burbick. Dino with the start today with Andrew Wagonka sitting his second game from the Medford red card.
Yep. Ball's up. There goes O'Neill up ahead. O'Neill dispossesses him. Back to Perry. Over to Beatty. Yeah, it looks like the game plan is go long.
Yeah.
They're taking the shots downfield. They're not really right there. Nice move by Merritt. Now he's going to use his speed. And he's going to get taken down.
That outside the box. Yeah,
that's outside the box.
Well, I think he called a corner kick. I don't think he called a foul there. All right.
Okay.
Jordan should go over and take that.
All going with the left-footed in-swing. Ball is up and cleared out by Numerosi.
Yeah. Corner again.
Do it all over again.
Good play by the keeper there.
Yeah. Not gonna. Okay. Ball. Oh, that ball's around and there goes Gloucester to the Silva. Looking for a man. He's got a man. Now it's a foot race. Rodkey getting in there. Oh, gets pushed off his box and just missed. Connolly had the angle on him. Made for a tough shot. Rodkey was bearing down on him.
Yeah, it's not too many people can outrun Brandon Rodkey, but that was a good play by the Gloucester forward there.
I think that was Marcelino Tanias. Silva up ahead to Dylan Rochford. And you got a handball there. As you said, you know, it's a beautiful day, so why not come out and watch some soccer? We had the first football game under these lights here last night. Really good crowd.
Yeah, that seemed like quite an event. I saw a lot of pictures online and videos, and that seemed like it was really, really a cool night.
Had a full crowd. They had a DJ. The band was rocking. And get another option, and Silva.
He couldn't hit the brakes.
Yeah, he couldn't hit the brakes right there. Back to the middle. That's going to get cleared out. Connor was there. He just was a little too fast. Neal to the middle. Burbick. And not going to get there.
Yeah, looking here today, excellent crowd here in the stands today.
Yeah. Including many of those alumni that we talked about. So 50 years of Beverly soccer. And you were talking about when they started, they weren't even a varsity.
Yeah, that's what we heard some of the history from some of the players.
Yeah.
They played conference teams, but it was a intramural sport for a few years. And then finally in '74 they started as an official varsity sport.
Yeah. Little screen there. Let's Numerosi send it out of bounds. We'll see a throw in from the Panthers. Got our cameraman Lucas Knight working with us today. The lone cameraman.
Well, picked a good day to be outside.
Yeah. Could be all the camera people are waiting for a weather report.
Also by Sullivan.
Man, tries to gather it in over in the corner now. Sends it back over to Lacrinola. Gets taken up, but he loses it. You can see it throwing.
Yep.
Lacrinola doesn't wait. Back to Perry. He's going to send that over to Beatty.
Yep, reset.
Yep. Up ahead. Wilder. No. Yeah.
Daniel Silva. Oh, that's a good play by the defender there.
Yeah.
Good body on the ball.
Okay, he was able to hold on to it. That ball's up, and Lacrinola couldn't get to it. Neal sends it right to the goalkeeper, Numerosi. You're going to see a substitution here. You see Gunnar Alves and Cade Cooper coming in. Cade with quite the alliterative name there. And he loses out of bounds. You see a throw in here. So you're going to see Cooper and Alves checking in.
If you're Beverly here, again, you got to keep your focus here, especially on defense. Make sure you don't lose track of anybody. Keep everybody covered. Play everything away from the goal. A long way to go still.
Going to see Rochford and Gavin Graham is checking out.
Yeah, very small bench for Gloucester.
Yeah, well, they got a couple players out today.
Yeah, it looks like I see a couple
injuries
clothes there.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, every team's got some injuries to deal with.
Yeah.
Daniel Silva with a 1-on-3.
Goes down. Physical down the corner and corner kick.
They like to have Jordan take these kicks. They like the in-swinging.
Yeah.
Jordan being a lefty, he does a good job of swinging that right in. So we'll see what he can do here. Get some tall bodies in the Thomas O'Neill, great on head balls in there. He's got a few goals this year on that.
The Panthers with the height advantage, I'd say. Elbows a little wider. And
good
save by Numeros, and the rebound.
O'Neill.
Thomas O'Neill with the rebound to make it 4-0. at the 23:44 mark. Is that 23?
Massimo, Kid Crime, and AG coming in. Can't pronounce Brandon's name, so I'm going to go by his DJ name of Kid Crime.
Brandon Pitamiglio?
That's him. Yeah. Al knows the family. He can pronounce the name well. I cannot.
Well, Gloucester usually has names that are difficult for pretty much everybody outside of Gloucester pronouncing, but no Gigalonis or Shimataros on the team this year. Cooper down in the corner. Dribbling over there, trying to get it, can't connect it, and Beatty's going to let it go out of bounds. 4-0 if you're just joining us. Panthers scored 3 early in the first 5 minutes. They just picked up another one about a minute ago.
And if you Gloucester, you just gotta keep playing. You know, don't change it. Just play, be aggressive. See if you can find the net a time or two. And
going the other way. Yep. Lacanola trying to grab one there. Cooper can't get to it. Kate Cooper, he's a hockey player as well.
Gonna play her down. Oh, he's back up.
That's a nice little move. Let's send it up ahead. It's going to go out.
You know, you hope the atmosphere here stays. You know, I've been to just about all the events that they've had here since the stands went in and since the lights went up. I wasn't at the football game last night, but all the events I've been to have been well attended.
Yeah.
Fans are excited. You know, Beverly has long been waiting for this.
And it's a foot race. And Silva's going to use his speed to get it. Shakes off the defender.
Oh, there's a pull of jersey.
Pull and does. Oh,
there we go.
Another one.
Jackson Merritt.
They, you know, there was a shirt pull. I thought they were going to call it, but I think they realized.
Yeah, you know, and a lot of referees would call that.
Yeah.
He gave him a second to see what was going to happen. Played the advantage. Johnson checking in for Daniel Silver, I would imagine. Yep. Boy, talk about getting a start you needed if you were Beverly.
Yeah, I guess so. $5-0. Again, that play there, we talked about Jackson Merritt and, you know, and Silva and everything, and that was a combination of the two of them.
You know, I talk about Jackson every game we've done. He came in as a freshman, you know, at a bit of a size disadvantage, but it hasn't stopped him one bit. The kid plays with more heart than anybody on the team. He only has one gear, and he's been great to watch play. It's been exciting to see.
And shot on goal. Connolly with the save. That was Westra de Silva. Punt out of there. Nice.
Good ball.
Nice ball. No wind, really, to hold it up. Still got a lot of time to go in this first half. You know, that's one of those things when the team goes up to a big lead. You know, a lot of time, and you hope that everybody just keeps on just playing.
Well, if you're Beverly, you know, they're in a little bit of trouble with cards. They've gotten a bunch over the last few games. You know, it's you got to be smart here. Play smart. Don't get any dumb cards that are going to affect you down the line.
Oh, slide tackle. Took him out.
No, that was a clean tackle. We got the ball.
And, you know, as you pointed out, too many of those cards get you disqualified from the tournament. So.
Gavanis, Tim Arrington, and Reese Connolly checking in.
All righty.
Getting ready to check in, I should say.
Ready, yep. And that ball... Corner kick. Yep. No, Lacrinola has to go from the other side of the field. He's probably wishing he was the right.
Yeah, there's a lot of shifting. Usually the wing back on the other side flips with him on these plays.
Yeah.
But they've always communicated it well. They haven't really left any gaps.
Put it up there, and not yet. Doesn't get.
Yet. Goal kick.
Okay. Yep. Okay. The fisherman able to get that one out of there. Looked like it was going to get knocked in. But. With a lead like this, you'd imagine Coach De Leon's going to make sure everybody gets plenty of playing time.
Get some of your kind of
guys
battered players some rest.
Yeah.
Now, Connor Conley came out of the Peabody game with about 15 minutes left the other day. His leg's been bugging him.
Yeah.
He made it crystal clear he does not want out of this game. This is an important one.
Yeah, sure. Oh, that one's picked off.
Good cross.
Ooh, it's an ugly. Can't get. Oh, had an opportunity. Massimo had the opportunity. And who was that?
That was Kid Crime, I believe.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to see Wesdra de Silva coming out. And we're also going to see Seamus and Linehan checking out. Again, you know, even with the short bench, Coach Marnotto is going to make sure everybody gets their playing time.
You know, we talked about them being a young team. You know, they got to get this experience when they can. You know, it's
Goes to Naglia. Oh, gets broken up. Gets it back.
Wouldn't surprise me if we saw a goalie change at halftime from Gloucester. Not that the goalie could have really done anything on any of those, but you know, get your other goalie some experience.
Yeah, Numerosi's been left out on an island a couple times.
Yeah, both senior goalies.
I'll just send that out for another throw-in. Hope you brought your sunscreen there today, Pat.
Yeah. Boy, I
cloud in the sky.
I refereed some youth games this morning, and the 9 o'clock game was
cold, right?
Freezing.
Yeah.
And it got warm pretty quick.
Yeah. As soon as that sun gets high enough.
Yep. I see a lot of those youth players here today. Edgar's really done a good job, to his credit, of building the soccer culture in Beverly. You see, a lot of it. You see the ball boys here all the time. You see a lot of youth players attending games.
You know, as he is the dean of students over at the middle school, you know, I wonder if anybody's working off some detentions.
He never seems like he has trouble finding people to do the ball boys.
Well, you know, as you said, it's about building a culture, and you know, your kids have gone through the Beverly Youth Soccer Program, you know, and then a lot of them go on and they play the club and all that kind of stuff, but. You got to start at the youngest age, and the programs that we have in Beverly are pretty good.
Yeah, get that involvement early. If they feel involved, they're going to be part of the program. You know,
and those programs are all volunteer coached too. And
yes.
So you know you've got a lot of people, and you know of course a lot of them are parents because their kid's playing.
Sure.
And they want to make sure that their kid can play. But people are putting in time. I mean, pretty much all the youth sports in this town. You know, as my kids have gone through, you know, the amount of people who dedicate time and effort is amazing. And that's why you have a good sports program here in Beverly.
I coached at the youth level for years. The juniors and seniors on this team, I've all coached most of them for many years.
Playing It goes down. Ball up ahead. And Tedaglia takes it.
Good ball.
Ooh, couldn't connect.
AG.
Over.
Layoff. Kid Crime.
Low kick.
All right.
Numerosi with the save. I gotta say, Numerosi, he looks like he's one of the coaches.
Yes.
Big
There were
kid.
several parents questioning his age eligibility prior to the game.
You know, as you know, I'm a teacher at Gloucester High School, and first time I saw him, I'm like, who's this kid? You know.
Oop.
Yep. Player goes down.
That's on Johnson.
Yep.
Johnson's the team bull in a china shop.
He's another one with the motor. That
He
just
is.
nonstop,
I
right?
say it every game. I would not want to see him bearing down on me at full speed.
I'm sure Coach Hutton on the football team would like a player
Sure.
like that. Like the big guys in the football squad.
Good play by Harrington there.
Massimo keeps it.
Saved
in.
by
Nice
Massimo.
job. Massimo's going to draw in the defender, looking to cross.
Good ball.
Oh, gets it to him. Couldn't wrangle it in, though. Yeah, he's got it. Ball's up ahead. Little give and go there to Rochford. Rochford back to Silva. Excuse me. Up ahead, the middle. And Panthers are able to, Panthers not able to get it. Now they do. Burbick.
Good work by Burbick there. Whoop.
Oh,
Yeah. It's another side effect of a a lopsided score. The referees tend to put the whistles away, and
yeah.
sometimes that does more harm than good.
Right, yeah. Lichtenwald coming up, getting physical.
Yep.
Not a dirty play,
Nope.
just a little extra body in there.
Oh, good ball by Owen Perry there.
Yeah. A little too long, I think, and Johnson's able to
Goal kick.
Yep, it's going to be a goal kick. Couldn't get to it.
He tried.
Yep. Aiden Gates checking into the game. All right, so we see Lichtenwald checking out. I didn't see who came in for him.
Yeah, I didn't see either.
I think it might have been Dylan Smith. I'm not sure.
Yep, don't argue the call. Just get back on defense.
Yep.
It's not going to change his mind.
He's going to send it up. Looking for someone. Can't get it. Beatty heads it out of there. Still in, though. Play goes down, and that's going to be out. And that's going to be Gloucester ball still. Silva gets knocked down.
That's
Burbick knocks him down.
Coach DeLeon's point. Unnecessary foul there.
Yeah. If you got your teammates around there to help you out.
Yep. Don't let them start taking set pieces right by your goalie.
Right, yeah. So we're coming on we're past the 10.5 minute mark left to go. And we're going to see Dylan Smith. See if he's going to go straight through the wall, over the wall, and he can't get it. It's going to send it out of there.
All right.
Nice
Clear
long
out the defense. Yep, let's clear it out there.
Nice long clear, too. Marcio DePaula over there, and Dylan Smith. Smith trying to get it to DePaula. Smith can't get it.
Played by Gavanus there.
Yeah.
Beverly through.
Verbeek over there gets it to the side.
Good move by Aiden Gates.
Oh, defender fell down. Ball's up ahead. Clear it out. Owen Perry. Massimo trying to get past Paula.
Oop.
Oh, and almost.
Toby Roberts waiting to check in. My eavesdropping skills aren't,
Yeah,
aren't
I
what
know.
they used to be.
I couldn't see what that was.
They're gonna have those conversations. They can't do it when there's airplanes flying by. It's just not fair.
Yeah, the coaches had a little quick little discussion right there.
There's just still so much time left. You know, you can sit there and
Yeah.
say, "Well, we're not going to score anymore, it's pass," but there's just so much time.
Well, and you know, when you have a big lead like this, you can't tell the guys who just got into the
Right.
game to
Sure.
to slow things
Sure,
down.
they've
but,
been fighting for minutes all season long,
Yeah.
and they get their chance. So you can't put them in there and tell them to do nothing.
but you know, one thing you can do is think about where you're deficient in the
Yep.
game, and let's work on that.
Sure.
Right? If there's a certain type of play that you don't run well, or you try to do that, and the BK is going to get to it.
Yeah,
Someone.
yeah. Johnson with a little bit
Yep.
extra.
So we're about 7.5 to go left in the first half. If you're just joining us here at Frank Forty Field on this beautiful day, I imagine a lot of people are out and about doing lots of things.
Sure. Alumni Day.
Yeah, it's Alumni Day. Panthers are up 5-0. They put up a couple of quick ones in the beginning of the game, and then they've kind of spread out the others. They scored 3 in the first 5 minutes.
Couldn't ask for a better start.
Yeah. Yep. Daniel Silva's got 2. Jackson Merritt's got 2, and Thomas O'Neill with the other one. Long punt up and over everybody. And you know, in other sports, when you get to a certain time point, they go running clock.
Sure.
But in soccer, that's the nature of the the time it
You
runs.
wonder, but they do stop. They stop on goals.
Yeah,
they stop,
yeah.
There are times they stop. You wonder if
They
maybe
just
that was
check
part
that.
of the conversation between the two coaches to say
Yeah,
next
yeah.
half, let's just make sure this clock keeps running.
Yeah, yeah.
Get out of here with no injuries and no cards.
And you know, if you're Beverly with a 5-0 lead, one of the things you're really trying to focus on is that clean sheet.
Yes.
You know. I mean, Connolly hasn't had to make too many plays over there.
No, but I could tell you he'd like the clean sheet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
How would you not?
He'd probably like a little action too, though.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy.
Clean
with
sheet more than
with
the action.
Yeah, I think he'd be happy
Yeah.
with a quiet game, not getting his body slammed into
Yeah. Right.
forwards all game long. He's had a rough go lately.
Yeah, and the Panthers have done a really nice job of keeping Connor pretty well protected.
Yes.
Biggie up ahead.
Well, that's a
getting
pull.
grabbed. Yep.
Nope.
They let it go.
That's a 5-0 non-call.
Exactly. And also the crowd reaction
Yep.
was a little different. If this was a 1-0 game, there'd be people in the stands screaming right now. But
Andrew Berganca checking in.
okay, so was it only one game he had to sit?
There was some confusion there. I think
Was it 2 yellows or
it was 2 yellows.
Okay,
It was the second
2
yellow.
I think a red card is 2 games.
I think the second game is generally might be a coach's decision.
Okay.
But again, if you're Andrew Bergonka, then take this time to learn how to go out there and play without getting a card. You know?
Yeah. Dylan Roachford, and Connolly can't get to. Oh, they missed. Phineas missed it. Had an opportunity. Beautiful pass from Roachford.
That was a great ball. Great run down the line. Great cross.
Ball up, over, and Bergonka's going to send it out.
Reese Connolly moving the ball.
Yeah, Reese had a goal in the Peabody game.
He did. Going on a great cross. He got a foot on it and buried it in the corner. Toby Roberts.
DePaula using his speed over there, closing him out. But he loses it. Ooh. And Morosi will make the play.
5 minutes or so, I think.
Yeah, the clock, the field clock stops at 5, and they keep it on the field.
It was nice, the games that we did from the other side of the
you
stadium. We had a clear view of the clock. It was nice.
Yeah, we've got a field goal post in the way when we're on this side. But the sun is also behind us. It would have been kind of a difficult camera work. We're still working out the kinks on the location of cameras, trying to get the proper height for the cameras. We're hoping for a press box next year.
Yes, that would be nice.
Don't know if that's going to happen. Yeah, I don't know with the press box. You know, they spent some money on these lights, and Burbick can't get it. And up and over. Would have been 3 in a football game.
You know, one thing I've noticed that should be in the expansion plans is they've got to put some lights on the walkway out to the facility.
Yeah,
you come in by the baseball field, and when
you're
you're leaving
dark
at night, it's pretty dark over there.
Yeah, maybe they'll put the little paper bags with the little lights in there or something like that. I forget what they call those things.
Watch the guy in the middle, number 10.
Over. Paula. Over, and Gloucester still holds on to it. Roachford's going to send it back to Linehan. Linehan up ahead, trying to get it to Silva. Using his shoulder there. Oh, nice little move
good
by
turn.
Silva, yeah. And
broken out. To throw, yep, good play.
Yep. Was played by Toby Roberts there. De Silva with the throw-in. Goes right to, DePaula with the throw-in. Roberts steals it from him.
Toby.
It's out, and it's going to be Gloucester ball.
Toby may not have the size of his brother Wes, but he's got that same fight in him.
The same attitude, yeah. Well, you know, he's a little bit younger than Wes. Okay. Don't really know what that was. That's halftime. All right, so at the half, we're going to take a break here with a 5-0 lead as the Panthers notched a few. But before, let's give you a quick rundown of what happened. About a minute into the game, Daniel Silva notched one with the pass from Danny Wilder, we think it was. And Jackson Merritt knocked one in 2 minutes later. And then a couple minutes after that, we see Silva with another one. Another one from Wilder, and then Thomas O'Neill notched one at the 23:45 mark, and then Jackson Merritt another one at the 21:45 mark.
Throwing a Miss PK in there, and it was all in all a pretty successful first half.
All right, so we got a little alumni action going here, so we're going to take a break because we're going to pick up all kinds of feedback if we don't. So we'll be back in a few minutes and for the second half. was there.
Oh, he's going to be upset with himself on that one.
Yep.
Right through the wickets.
And we did see a goaltender switch for Gloucester, Jeremiah Bushfield. And we see it also
Adam Porcello in that.
Adam Porcello. So Connor got a half a clean sheet anyway. I don't think that goes down for anything.
I don't think you can get a .5.
Yeah.
Very nice halftime ceremony honoring all the alumni players that are here.
They're selling 50-50s. And so, you know, they, was it last week, 2 weeks ago, you had the Pints for Panthers event at Backbeat.
A couple weeks ago now,
Yeah, I had a chance to get over there and help out.
They've had a lot of nice events this year, doing a lot of work in the community, doing a lot of work to try to raise some funds for the team and try to have some fun at the same time.
Yeah, right. And it was a great little spot to do it down at.
That was their second annual. They did it last year. Craig McCarthy was instrumental last year in putting that together with the boosters. Hopefully that becomes an annual tradition.
Yeah, and I actually think next week, there's a shot there and it's stopped. I think next week maybe the fall version of the Beverly Beer Mile.
Oh, is that coming up?
I believe that's what I saw somewhere.
Ooh, good luck to keep that in. Yeah, that was a great play.
So we're going to see the entire Panthers roster getting action today.
As we should.
Yeah. Well, we got a quick chance here. The Beverly cheerleaders are doing a cereal drive.
Oh, fantastic.
We'll talk about that as we try to call the game at the same time. They're collecting low-sugar cereal donations for Beverly Bootstraps.
Where can people donate that stuff?
Well, they're going to be... missed it.
Had it all the way.
So they'll be collecting until Saturday, November 2nd. So you can donate.
Okay.
You can donate by giving to, if you know any of the cheerleaders or the coaches or the parents, you can give them there. You can also bring them down to the field on Friday, November 1st, as there'll be another night football game.
Okay.
As the Panthers take on Peabody. If you're wondering what we mean by low-sugar cereals...
I was wondering what you meant by low sugar.
Well, desired items, as they tell us. I'm not sure if these are actually low sugar or not, but essentially the ones without the marshmallows, right? Cheerios, Chex, Raisin Bran, Rice Krispies, Life, Kix, Honey Bunches of Oats, Corn Flakes, Colon Blow, Cashy, Puffins, and oatmeal. Okay, so we're going to see Wes De Silva with the kick here. Trying to go around that wall, probably.
That wall's about 5 yards away.
Yeah. Coach trying to tell him to back up a little.
It always cracks me up when the referees walk off to 10 yards. There's these nice white lines on the field.
I know, yeah. Because your feet are that much more accurate than the lines that are on there. All right, so he's got a little more space now. A little, maybe easier to get around that or over, and they got it, and that's off the field goal post. I didn't see who got a head on that. I think it was Thomas Ariel.
Yeah, it was I think it was somebody on the wall.
Yep. All right, so we're going to see a corner kick. I think that's Dylan Smith over there. Looks like Dylan's right-footed. Scrambling out. That's a little deep and gets it out of there.
A little chaotic down there.
Yeah. That's going to be out, and we'll see a throw-in for Gloucester. We'll see Marcelino Tanias going to do the throw. Let's see Braganca checking in.
Yep, Mark Beattie, who's been dealing with an ankle injury, he's kind of limping off the field.
Yep. This might be the last we see of Beattie.
Yes, there's a good chance.
And
I don't think they were ready to put the ball in play yet.
our vantage point. We're a little bit screened from the bench. We thought someone had said with the bench there they might be sitting.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That doesn't happen.
If you're able to stand, you're standing.
Yeah, I think baseball is one of the only ones where they actually sit on
Yep.
the bench. And even then, you're not really a big fan of people doing that. All right, so we're going to see a corner kick here. It's like Smith. I think that's Dylan Smith. Falls up.
Good ball. Good ball.
And-
Oh, good play by Adam
nice
Porcello.
play
Wow,
by
he
Porcello getting up.
elevated there.
Nice play by Adam Porcello. Well, up ahead. Well, up ahead, Danny
Silver.
Wilder
Danny
is
Wilder
not going to
keeping.
get over to it. So try to send it off of him. Wilder ducks. We're going to see a throw in here. We're going to see Rodkey with the throw in. And that ball's going to be out of bounds off of Elder Teal Rex. Rodkey with the throw. Silva going around, trying to get it. Nobody there.
Yeah, a little strong on that little cross there. Owen Perry elevating.
Gloucester coming out with it. And Wilder gathers it in. Looking up ahead
Ball
to
to the
Rodkey,
outside,
down the
cross the
side, up ahead, offside.
We talked about it being alumni weekend. It's also homecoming weekend. Boys are all
That's right.
off to the homecoming dance tonight. Hopefully in good moods, good spirits.
They still do dances, huh?
They do. They do. This
That's
is the
good.
first homecoming dance in quite some time, I guess.
I like to see that happen. It seems like the dances kind of fell out of favor for
Yeah.
high school kids. It's kind of still a thing with the middle schools, it seems.
Yeah, more. It's funny, more with the middle school than with the high
Yeah.
school. Told it's a black and white themed
Yeah, okay.
dance tonight.
Up to Rodkey, and it's going to be
Throw in.
out. Okay.
That was a deflection off of Beverly, so there'll be a white.
Now,
throw.
are we talking about getting all dressed up or just,
I think shirt and tie.
Okay. It's funny to see the high school kids. They seem to enjoy getting dressed up.
They do. They do. And we try to tell them it's not. It's not going to last. You won't
Right?
be
Yeah.
excited about
When
it
you get
forever.
to when you get to our age, you just like I swore off ties about 5-6 years ago. That's good enough. Battle over there. Sullivan over to the middle and Merritt can't connect. Winklewold's going to send it over. It's going to be out. It's going to be Panther ball. Quick throw in there. Silva up ahead. Ball's over and the save by Bushfield. Ball up ahead. Merritt gathers it in. He's going to send it through the middle and Sullivan. Oh, big save by Bushfield.
I don't think Sullivan was expecting the goalie to come out as far.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think
like it kind of surprised him.
Yeah, I think he thought he had a step or two left before he had to deliver it.
Oh, good
Up
ball.
ahead to Rodkey. Rodkey going to send
that
it
back
up.
across.
Ball's up. Nobody there. A little long. Notice that Andrew Bergaka, who usually plays in midfield, right? He's,
Yep, he'll
he's
slide
in.
back and play defense when they need him. It's.
Well, taking Beatty out of the game and with
Yep.
Wes Roberts out.
You talked
Kinda
about working
have
on
to,
your
right?
deficiencies.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys in the back, they don't come out very often.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
this is a good time to work some of these other guys in case you need them, down the stretch.
It's nice if you get a guy who's versatile like
yes,
that.
for sure. You know, they have one more regular season game. They've already qualified for the playoffs. Still battling for seeding and hopefully a home game, but there's still a lot of soccer ahead. So.
Okay, well, they let it all go. Merritt goes down. Ball's up ahead. Sullivan trying to get to it, can't connect. Yeah, you know, where they are right now at 21, they may get the bye.
Yeah, they're
on a
right
preliminary
on that
game,
edge.
which then puts them into no home game. So you almost want to play a preliminary so you can have one last home game. But then you're thinking about, can we rest guys up?
Yeah.
But, you know, with that long stretch between now and that last game of the season.
Yeah, hopefully they can get some rest in. They have 10 days off coming up before
nice
their
move
next
by
game.
Connor
That was
Sullivan.
a nice move.
Well, then knocked
Should
off
be a
the
corner,
ball.
yep.
Yeah, we're going to see a corner kick. That was Gavin Gramis getting over there.
Yeah, with 10 days off, you know, you got Connor Conley battling through injuries. We saw Mark Beatty come off. Wes Roberts inactive today.
Yeah.
Boy, they could really use a stretch here of light duty.
Yeah, but you then also risk, you know, rust, right?
Sure,
so.
sure.
Low one. Oh, couldn't connect. But you may also look for another team who's in a similar situation.
Sure.
That you can do a scrimmage.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And then it, you know, you don't have to worry about wins and losses.
Yep.
Let's just get our guys some playing time, work on those deficiencies like we talked about. Ball up ahead, nice little donkey kick. Merritt and just over. Again, there's Silva and Merritt playing together. It'll be fun to watch those two next year.
Yeah.
As they both develop physically. And then also get to know each other a little bit better.
Sure. They got Daniel Silver, I believe, as a junior.
Yep.
Connor Sullivan's only a sophomore. Jackson, obviously, a freshman. I mean, so they've got a good little run coming in here.
Yeah, O'Neill's a junior. Rodkey's a sophomore.
Rodkey's a sophomore.
Wilder's a junior. Lacanola, Obiki. I mean, they've got a ton of guys coming back. But as we mentioned, a really strong core they're going to be losing, too. Especially on the back line.
Yes, back line and goalie.
As he sends it up, Wilder loses it.
Adam Pacello in goal now as a sophomore. He's only been playing as a goalie for probably 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
He's relatively new to it, so it's good to get him some work in when you can.
Yeah.
They have Isaac Sass, who's a junior. He's out today with a hamstring injury.
Okay. Sass has really good size, too. You see him
he
him on
is
the
a
basketball
giant,
court.
It hurts my neck to talk to him.
I know. He's got a shot and
just wide.
missed. I thought that was an offside, but he did a nice job holding him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Matt Karakoutis is eyeing up Isaac Sass and saying, get that hamstring better.
He's got to be pushing 7 feet if I had to guess. He is tall. I know his parents are both tall.
Okay. Merrick using his motor, getting pushed around, still making plays. Lichtenwald getting over there.
Goal kick.
Yep. Lichtenwald had forced Jackson to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to. So we're 15 minutes through the second half. Getting just past the 25-minute mark left to go. The Panthers with a 5-0 lead. They scored all 5 in the first half. Just joining us, they scored 3 in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, if you were late getting to your seat, you missed a
you
missed a heck of a start.
Yeah. You missed the fireworks. Paula takes that off the noggin and just gets right back to play. Back to Braganca. Braganca up ahead. Rodkey. And Dylan Smith knocking that out of bounds. See a throw in. Rodkey going to throw it in. Silva. I'll tell you, one of the things I noticed about Daniel Silva, he does a real good job with his positioning.
Yes, he does.
He really knows how to shield the defender from the ball.
He plays, it's funny, you don't see a lot of people play as much with his back to the goal as he does. A lot of times he receives that ball, his back is completely to the goal. He's so good at making those turns and keeping the defense off balance as to which way he's going to go. Normally you see the guys kind of receiving that ball half and half so they can play the ball.
Yeah.
But
and he's got good footwork, obviously, and then he's got the speed to really get. Well, if he can get by the guy, he's going to run along with him. Oh, nice move by Rocky, and Gloucester's going to keep it. That ball's going to be up and out of bounds. Just going back and forth. A little while there.
As long as that clock keeps running.
Yeah. Okay, now they're going to try to get to Silva, and they got him on an offside.
Yeah, but a little bit anxious.
Coach Marnoto had that
on his
call.
tippy toes there, throwing his arm up.
Coach Marnoto has been at this for quite some time. This is his second go-around as the coach. I would have to imagine he's got the all-time wins lead for Gloucester as he's coached so many years. Connor Sullivan, and
nice
the
save by the goalie,
by Bushfield. Bushfield's a senior as well. So Gloucester's going to have to look for a new goalkeeper next year. But as you pointed out, they get a good solid core coming back.
I know the JV boys, Beverly boys, won yesterday 3-0, I believe. So I don't know what they have for goalies down at JV, but like you said, they're going to need a couple.
Yeah. Silva not going to get it to a Bushfield, coming out, making a nice play. And the Fishermen have a couple of injuries today, too. You get Drew Shalino out, Raul Alejandro, Ian Bush, Henry Harrison, all out today. And also Mateus DeFreitas Pinto, who really kind of got knocked out in the beginning of the season. He's going to be having a knee surgery next week, so. Oh!
You know, we talk all the time about what a different game high school soccer is and what a physical game it is. And unfortunately, that's kind of the side effect. At the end of the season, you see a lot of teams banged up.
Yeah. Well, and you know, the thing is, this is a sport where a lot of kids play year-round.
Yep.
And so you also wonder how much of it is overuse injuries.
Sure.
And I wonder about the turf, too.
Yep.
The turf doesn't have a lot of give, and so those knee injuries, I mean, Al's really the expert on this.
He
could
definitely speak to this better than we can.
Well, and he might just say, no, you're wrong, but I wonder if this artificial turf does have an impact, because it doesn't have quite the give of the real stuff. Sullivan getting up ahead, beating his man, and he's going to stop. Whoop. Gets taken down. You're going to let it go.
Nothing, huh?
Sullivan went down. He's holding his something.
Yeah, I feel like if that was anywhere else but inside the box, they would have called that. But again, it goes back to you still got to make those calls.
Yep.
Still got to keep the kids safe.
Lacrinola sends it out.
Yeah, we were talking to Connor the other night about this. His leg's all torn up from Peabody. He got a good little turf burn. You know, when I played, I graduated Lynn Classical in '92.
Okay.
there was no turf fields. Everything was grass.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Most of the grass fields were rocks.
Well, I was going to say, and a lot of them were just dirt.
Right. But, they played in Masco this year, and I believe that was their only game on grass.
Right,
Everything else has been turf.
Yep. And, the other thing about it is these are multi-use fields, right?
Yep.
So if you're playing on the grass, that ball's going to be up and cleared out. And if you're playing on grass, the middle of the field tends to get torn up.
Yep.
This multi-sport artificial stuff really stays. Oh. Yeah, we're going to get
I think we're going to get a card here.
Get Kellen Moran going to get called, and coach, referee, going to give him a talking to.
It's when you let that stuff start to go, this is the stuff that happens.
And that's, that play earlier down there. If they make a call there, that play may not happen. Connor shakes it off. He's going to be okay.
But again, we talked about the beginning of the game when we went up. You don't want to see injuries on silly plays.
Right.
I think the referee, again, I don't think he wanted to call a PK in this situation, but, you start letting that stuff go, and the game gets out of hand quickly. And once it gets out of hand, it's awfully hard to bring it back.
Yeah, and you can see Coach Marnotta talking to him. Giving him a stern talking to.
That was a frustration foul.
Yeah. So Rodkey gonna be doing this one. Panthers will rush as soon as he sends it up and over, and it's gonna get cleared out. No harm, no foul really on the play as a result.
Tell that to Connor Sullivan.
From a strategy standpoint, I guess. I mean, not that you want to see that happen, but, as you get deeper into the tournament, you got to take your, take your shots, and be able to get back up off of it. We're under 20 to play. We're halfway through the second half. Coming on the 18 minutes left to play.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of this game, and the boys going into the season had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish.
Yep.
First being make the tournament again. Second being they wanted to make sure that they beat Masco. Looking to do it twice, they did it once, so we'll give them credit for that. They wanted to have a home, their senior night under the lights. They did that. The one thing they haven't been able to check off is the conference championship.
Yeah.
And that's where we are today. So it's
And it's been a few years since they've been able to win a conference championship.
2019, I'm told, was the last time. And there was a long gap between that one and the previous one. So it's...
Smith gets it back to DePaula. He'll send that up and out.
His program since Edgar took over has had tremendous achievements. These boys, the last 4 years, they've 30-something wins. 38 regular season wins, 5 playoff wins. They made it to the Elite Eight last year. All positive, great things. But the one thing that's eluded them is the Northeastern Conference. And I know that was a goal of theirs at the beginning of the season, and they're 20-something minutes away from it now. So it's
15.
I can't see that.
15-something, I think. 16. 16 and a half.
This is a culmination of 4 years of hard work, and they just got to grind it out for another 15.
Yep. See a throw in here. Silva trying to weave his way through. The Panthers defense just closes up on him. Wilder can't get to it, and that's going to go out of bounds.
You talk about their past success, that run that they went on last year to make that Elite Eight.
Boy,
they had some incredible games against some incredible talent. It'll be tough to achieve that level again this year. It was such an unbelievable run.
But with so many of those players coming back,
absolutely,
you really don't have to worry about the butterflies kind of stuff. Now, as you had said, a lot of it is staying healthy.
Yep.
And just making smart plays out there, playing the way they can play. Right? If they can do that, they should have a chance to move along. All right, so Owen Perry's going to check out. He's I'm going to guess he's done.
Yeah, I'm going to
guess.
Don't know. Yeah, that's probably correct. At this point, again, you keep your guys healthy.
Yep.
I know if the boys had their preference, especially
They
the
would
seniors,
never come off.
they would
Yeah.
they would want to be on the field for the end of this game. But that's the coach's job to make the right decisions for the team, and you got to.
Balls up ahead. Silva pops
There
one
it is.
in. Another one for Daniel Silva at the 15:03 mark left to play.
I think if there was any chance of those boys staying in, it went out the window on those two fouls on Connor Sullivan. Kind of cooler heads come in and say, you know what, let's make sure we're being smart here. Massimo and Reese getting ready to check back in.
Did you happen to see who made that pass?
I did not see who that was.
I think it might have been Danny Wilder, but I'm not sure. If
Yeah.
it was, I think that would be Danny's third assist.
Yeah, he's the last 5 or 6 games. He's really come on strong. He's been excellent at crossing the ball, as we've seen today.
And he had been dealing with some injury issues.
Yeah, he had a bad injury last year.
Yeah. So we are now 6-0. Daniel Silva clocked another goal, his third of the night, day, afternoon, whatever. There goes Massimo. Massimo taking it to the middle. Massimo looks like the old time sports clips where they're really moving fast, the way his
If
legs
they
go.
kept the stat of average touches per possession, I think no call
Okay,
there.
no
huh?
call
Wow.
because the Panthers on the side of the net. No call because the Panthers still had control. The Fishermen had control there, and that was Kate Cooper. Gloucester player goes down.
Yeah, the game's starting to spiral a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's chippy because it's not getting to that point yet. But there's fouls that need to be called before it gets to that point.
It's sort of that little extra.
Yep.
You're not being careful of a call.
And you know how these boys are. If the refs aren't going to call it, they're going to keep doing it. Both teams,
I mean, it's a teenage thing. Teenage boys in particular, they'll go as far as the envelope allows them to.
And then a few steps past it.
Yeah. As they say that that brain hasn't fully developed, where they're able to make decisions properly.
When does that happen? I'm still waiting.
Well, that's a good point. Our wives are going to say, I don't think it ever happens. So, Panthers get a throw in here.
Aiden Gates with the throw to Will Gavinus. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, actually, he's not on my roster.
He was called up halfway through the season.
You know, I think I have another roster in my bag of rosters, but I don't know. After yesterday's football game, scrambling and stuff. Sometimes just hard to get a roster.
Yeah.
Lucky for me, Coach Marnoto had one all ready for me. And Bushfield coming out making the play.
So you said there's one more Friday Night Lights game for football?
At least one regular. So, you know, with the football, they play 7 games, and then they see where everybody's at, and then they play either tournament games or consolation games. So I do think there may be one more consolation game a little bit later in November. Well, that's a TBA. So we do have at least one more, and that's November 1st. It was originally scheduled for November 2nd. But once the lights got up and they knew it, they were able to move it. I was talking with AD Ryan Woods. You know, the biggest problem with taking games that are already scheduled in the afternoon, moving to night games, and you see this with soccer and field hockey and everything, is you already have referees lined up. And a lot of these guys, because there's such a shortage of referees.
They're doing multiple games a day.
They're doing multiple games. So if I'm scheduled for 3 o'clock and I'm scheduled for 7 o'clock, you know, I can't help you out there, Coach. That ball's going to go up and over.
I will say, you know, you see it every year, but it feels like especially this year, the camaraderie between sports. We see the girls' teams at the boys' games, girls' soccer team, vice versa. We've seen field hockey at these games. I know a lot of the boys were at the football game last night. They really do show up, you know, for each other. And it's great to see. Again, you see it every year, but this year this group, especially this group of seniors, seems to be a very close-knit group, regardless of what sport they play. They're all there to support each other. It's really a great thing to see.
And it's not just. Yeah, we're gonna see a corner kick here.
Goal kick.
Okay. And it's not just showing up. They've got signs.
Sure.
They're doing all kinds of stuff. I called a volleyball game the other day, and all these the soccer boys were there, and Connor.
I saw the
was doing
video
the
of
choreography
that game,
and everything. It was that's what they're actually chanting to me at one point. It was kind of fun. They were having a blast with it.
Oh, good ball, Massey.
And can't get it through. So we're under 10 left to play here in the second half. With the Panthers up 6-0. And there goes Wesdra to Silva. Silva can't connect with Smith. And now he gets it out of there.
Gloucester's still playing hard.
Yeah.
It's neither team. Again, we talked about some of the hard problems, but neither team would be to the point where I'd say they're doing anything chippy. They're just still playing.
Right. Yep. Well, and as you had pointed out, I mean, part of it is avoiding those cards that might get you disqualified. And with Gloucester ranked 36, playing a Division I team is going to help them.
Yes, the score is benefit from the game.
But they'll benefit from this game.
Sure.
And they're trying to get it. It doesn't look like, they're a few games away. I don't think they can afford to lose too many more games. That looks like a handle.
Yeah.
To get to that 500 record, they were 5-8-1 coming in, I think it was.
So the next chance is if they could somehow get themselves
into the top 32. They want to try to get into that top 32.
Because then you don't need to be 500.
Yeah, you go top 32. It means you're playing.
It's a weird little system.
Number one team, but
BC High is ranked 11 in Division I, and they're 5-6 or 4-6. Or I get the whole strength of schedule, but you still got to win some of them.
Right. Yeah. And that's going to be out of bounds. Yeah. So Gloucester 5-8-2. So this game, unless something very peculiar happens, puts them at 5-9-2, which you got to get 500. So they don't really have many more opportunities. But they can still, like you said, get into that top 32. I did notice, I'm not sure how it is with soccer and those others compared to like football, but I do know that football, if you top 16, you still have to win a minimum of 3 games.
Yeah, there's not a minimum for soccer.
Yeah.
It's either be in the top 32 or be 500.
Yeah. Because I did notice, I was looking at the power rankings for football this morning, and Bishop Stang in Division III only has 1 win. And they're ranked like number 13 or 14. So obviously they're playing a decent schedule, but they need to win 2 of their last 3 games, I think, in order to get there.
They're calling the 50-50 raffle here, so if you hear some announcements in the background.
Yep. I'm going to guess it's a pretty decent take. It's a good crowd.
I think they said it was $80, so they must have made $160. Looks like Eamon Conley's dad is the big winner. Unless he's reading his numbers wrong. There you go.
So, I had this discussion with Al the other day. If you win the 50-50, like a lot of people just donate it straight back.
Sure.
Do you at least take what you paid?
I think that's
Or do you
acceptable.
just give the whole thing, right? Because then otherwise it's a full donation.
Just get a receipt.
There you go. Yeah, is the Boosters a 501c3?
I believe so.
Okay, and there goes Jonathan Obiki, and it's a foot race, and Bushfield coming out, and Obiki falling over, along with the
everybody looks
Gloucester
so good.
defender. Yeah, I don't think that was a cheap play. I just think that was knowing Obiki. He just,
he tried to let up. He tried to jump over the goalie.
The brake pads are a little thin.
They're raffling off a team-signed jersey to the alumni people here.
Okay, all right. So we are coming on the 5-minute mark in about 15 seconds, which means the clock will be stopped probably. Signed autograph ball.
Max Lang.
Max Lane. Okay.
2023 alumni. Max played with my older son, Brendan.
Okay.
Coached Max for many years. Great player.
So now with us being under 5 minutes, looks like the win pretty much secured, which means the conference will be secured. The one last thing they're thinking about is that clean sheet.
Yes.
Hopefully I didn't jinx that. And that defense, the Beverly defense done a really nice job.
Whoop.
Oh, no. And
he missed
just missed it.
You're off the hook.
So I was like, oh, no.
It was almost right on cue.
I know. Usually, like, hey, thanks for making me look good, but that would have been looking bad.
Timeout.
Timeout. I'm going to guess Coach might be thinking of getting all of the seniors in there.
Yeah, I think so. Again, Mark Beatty doesn't even have a cleat on, so I don't think
so he's
going.
not going in. It could also be, hey, let's not do anything stupid, right?
Knowing
Let's just
Edgar,
have a
that's
talk.
probably more the conversation.
All right, someone's
Yeah, it's this car up here on top of the hill.
yeah.
They look like they're trying to.
oh, I think that's just some guy
Yeah,
on
he
his bike.
Hopefully he didn't crash into the car.
The remote control doesn't reach that far, I guess. All right. So we have 4:15 left to go. We don't. I'm guessing that's pretty close to official. We haven't really seen any, with the exception of the one goal this half. We haven't seen any stoppages.
I wouldn't imagine there'll be too much added time to that on the six-step
I
game.
doubt it, yeah. If anything, the referee on the field might be saying, let's take some off. All right, so Coach Manoto talking to the referees. Don't know exactly what he's saying here. May just be asking about what happened on that play.
Yeah, he was asking about all ball or not.
Yeah.
Seems like a fairly cordial conversation.
Yeah. Well, again, like I told you earlier, I've known Armando for quite some time. I won't talk about how many years because that might reveal my age. But he's been nothing. The time that I've known him, been nothing but a nice guy, all class, really good guy. And you watch some of these coaches, a lot of screaming, yelling. You don't see that. You really don't see it by either coach, at least directed onto the field. I mean, you do see a coach on occasion light into his players on the bench during a timeout or something like that. But
Brad Sullivan and I were able to do the game against Winthrop here early in the season, and their coach, he was an entertaining character to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't think his voice came down an octave at all the entire game.
All right, so we're gonna have a goal kick here. Well, and there's also a difference between yelling to and yelling at.
Sure.
Right? Well, up ahead. Because in my days of coaching, I did a lot of yelling too, just so it could be heard. And the only time I yelled at anybody was when it was my own kid.
Hardest kid to coach is Jerome. I've said that for years.
I have had that conversation with, it's not you.
I would always say to my assistant coaches that I will coach your kid and you coach mine.
Right.
We're not going to listen to me. Thomas O'Neill coming off, Daniel Wilder coming off. Well, Daniel Wilder not coming off.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot, and I've had those conversations with other coaches too. And, having known the Visniks for several years now, one of the things I love that they do is I love to watch you play. That's the conversation, right? All right, so we got a kick here. We are under 3 minutes to go. Ball is up.
Ooh, that's a
and
tough one.
It's a tough one. And It's save by Porcello.
Yep.
Panther
Andrew
player
McGawker
went
on the
down,
ground,
yep.
I believe. Yep.
I think he's okay. I think he may have taken a shot in the face.
They're calling the coach on, calling the trainer on.
Yeah, calling them on, and he's doing the...
Anytime you're dealing with head and face injuries, you can't...
There was a lot of contact
Yep.
in the box there. He's not happy he's going to have to come out. Owen Perry and check back.
It was a beautiful cross in.
Yeah, it really was.
Free kick in there.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, I think it took a little shot in the head. So you got to take him out. His father, Alex, probably good, thinking, good, knock some sense into him. All right, at some point they got to turn that alarm off, right?
You would think so.
Yep. Okay, Obike gonna get it up ahead. Baglia dribbling up ahead to Johnson. And hooked that in. Oh, my. Beautiful
goal by Johnson.
Hook around the goalkeeper.
And the crowd goes crazy.
Obike to make it 7-0. At the 2:12 mark. With the pass from Massimo Tenaglia.
Now the celebrations are starting on the Beverly bench. Oh, is Connor going back in?
That's the end of the game, folks.
There it is. Your 2024 NEC champions.
And we're going to see a nice little celebration over there.
Big hug by Connor and
nice
Edgar.
hug by the coach and one of his captains.
You know, these guys have worked hard for years. This has been a goal of theirs for several years.
Yeah.
You know, getting over that Masco hump this year was something for them, and to be able to take home the conference championship this year in their senior year, so proud of them and so proud of everything they've done.
And you should be. I mean, as you said, you've seen these kids come up from, very young age to get to this point, and it was an impressive win. Good season, not over, but they still got some other goals that they're thinking about at this point. But to get that goal, to reach this goal of winning the conference is big. It's real big for the Panthers. That's one of those things that's going to go up on the wall in that field house, and that's one of the things that teams often want to do, get our name up there. And so that's really a nice thing for them. So, again, folks, we just this is our last home game, right?
This is the last regular season home game.
Last regular season home game. We're hoping for one during the tournament, as we know they will be playing in the tournament. Hopefully they can creep up a little bit more. And so there you go. There you have it. The 2024 Northeast Conference champions, the Beverly Panthers.
On Alumni Day.
On Alumni Day. Great to be able to do that in front of the alumni. And so with all that said, folks, 7-0. Beverly Panthers over the Gloucester Fishermen. I'm Rich Francis along with Patrick Connolly. We'll see you later.